Who is Colin Kaepernick? Colin Kaepernick rose to stardom like few we've ever seen.
A strong man of faith. He stands on what he believes in.
This issue is beyond the NFL, is beyond any sport.
San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick again refused to stand for the playing of the national anthem.
When he took that knee in 2016, he was standing for all of us.
This is something that has to be said. It has to be brought to the forefront of everyone's attention.
Everyone should stand for the national anthem.
Cap knew, I don't care if I have the opportunity to be a $28 million athlete a season. I'm going to stand on the front lines and I'm going to fight for what's right.
He's always going to be a lightning rod issue.
When I first saw him sitting during the anthem, I was pretty upset.
As a veteran, as a soldier,
it was like he's slapping me in the face.
When you sit there and equate my pride in my country to a bigot, I take issue with that.
Get that son of a bitch off the field right now.
When there's significant change and I feel like that flag represents what it's supposed to represent, I'll stand.
A deadly officer-involved shooting.
This isn't new ground. It's things that have gone on in this country for years and years and have never been addressed, and they need to be.
All lives matter. All of them. All of them.
He's always going to be somebody who people are going to dislike in certain areas of the country.
They just see a black man kneeling against the flag, or kneeling for the national anthem. But they don't realize that it's not about the flag, it never was. It was about the police brutality.
Get move, I'm gonna shoot you in your head, you hear me? Don't you move!
At the end of the day, the NFL is about dollars. It's a big business.
NFL owners say that players must stand during the national anthem.
Do you think you might get cut over this?
I don't know, but if I do, I know I did what's right, and I can live with that at the end of the day.
He's being denied to play because he peacefully knelt during the anthem to protest police brutality.
This stand wasn't for me. This is because I'm seeing things happen to people that don't have a voice.
Before Colin Kaepernick became the face of a movement.
Born in Wisconsin to a biological mother who was white and a biological father who was black, he was put up for adoption.
It is the toughest decision I've ever made, but for him, it was the right decision. He was born in 1987, and I took care of him for 6 weeks, and then was fortunate enough and blessed with Rick and Teresa.
And he just, boom, fit right in. It was like the piece of the puzzle that was missing.
My family's very tight.
Shortly thereafter, moved to Turlock, California, right outside of Fresno.
We're a brand new school. Kaepernick was our first quarterback in our beginning of our football program. Kaepernick came on as a freshman in 2002. His football IQ was off the charts. He had a cannon for an arm.
Colin Kaepernick, 6'5", 190, is excellent standout for Pittman. Plays basketball and baseball.
Kaepernick did an amazing job in leading our team, and we won back-to-back league championships.
Back to pass, rolls left, chase down, pass, caught.
Being that he was half black, 2 white parents, that probably led to a lot of issues and a lot of racial dialogue that he had to entail and go through when he was a younger person.
We are told the story that Lincoln freed the slaves and Martin Luther King came and helped people get free. We tell false stories about how we got here and where we're going.
Rodney King, a young black man, who's taken out of his car, and a set of white LAPD officers beat the crap out of it. And in that video, captured by a bystander at a time when the vast majority of police interactions were never going to be caught on tape, that video ricochets across the country and opens a new examination of the LAPD. But as would be the case later on in so many of these cases, these officers are acquitted, despite having been shown on tape severely beating Rodney King. This sparks the 1992 uprising and riots.
In the driveway.
I don't think that Rodney King and his brutal beating was a defining moment for Colin's generation like it was for mine. But here we are, several years later, and we're still facing the same kinds of violence and brutality.
I can't breathe! Justice!
Colin Kaepernick's journey would lead him to the pinnacle of professional sports. and to the forefront of the fight against racial injustice in America.
There can be change, and we can make this country better.
Coming up on the next episode of Colin Kaepernick versus the World. Kaepernick risks it all to take a stand against racial injustice.